I can
like
hear
it.
it in your drawl. It came,
I know it's a
came
Coke
from the
Icy. I
heart.
know what I like.
We
You
were talking about,
Like, yeah.
and
like I'm not
that
sure what we were
stop.
talking about, but you
Everyone
managed.
stop. No one say another goddamn word because I was
Oh,
trying to use that to
you're
segue
right.
into my segment. Chase loves Coca-Cola Slurpees, and boy, oh boy, the Trenga segment tonight is in a way about Coca-Cola. How do you guys feel about Coca-Cola? You guys all drink it?
I,
I love it.
I drank it
I like Diet
nonstop
Coke.
as a kid. Like
Diet
my
Coke?
parents, like just every meal would give me Coke. I didn't even know
Nah.
like you could drink water. Like I didn't even know it was an option. Which is why
Yeah.
I have such a love for Coke
Interesting.
Ices. And that just swamp trash.
How's your
Not great.
teeth?
About to get a root canal in 2 weeks. So still paying for it, baby. But I probably
Right.
would drink a Coke twice a month now. I pretty much have kicked it, but yeah, maybe twice a
Gotcha.
month I'll want something. Yeah.
Good for you.
Cool.
Mm.
So
Mm.
I became interested about. I'm not a really a soda drinker so much. I guess root beer I would go with. I never liked the taste of Coke or Pepsi. I just thought that like cola taste was weird, and I just never got into it. But Kelsey, our friend Kelsey, shout out Kelsey Scharnhorst, Doctor Kelsey Scharnhorst. She sent me some primary literature that I found very interesting, and I wanted to share with you guys because it turns out Coca-Cola is becoming more
Bad
and
for you.
more used in the medical world. There are research papers coming out about different ways to use Coca-Cola in medicine,
Huh.
and I thought that was very interesting. For example, like a
Yeah.
lot of feeding tubes and stuff like that, if they get gunked up, they use Coca-Cola to kind of like get down there and like clean it out. Like I think it's because it's so cheap and simple. Like you could theoretically put together like a chemical compound similar to Coca-Cola that's not Coca-Cola and use that, but it's like why do that when a Coca-Cola is like $1, right? Like you can just
Just soak it in Coke and then rinse it out. Or
right,
sterilize
right.
it or whatever, huh?
So that's been
I was about to. I've seen people do that. Like you can like
Easily
get
buy
rust off by
Coca-Cola.
pouring Coke on it.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard you could get like
yeah.
rust off your engine with Coca-Cola, but
Right. So they started
because it
using
turns out
it,
you
and
shouldn't drink it.
especially
yeah, but
like
I didn't know you could use it in the hospital.
It's got other applications.
It's acid. It's straight up battery acid.
yeah.
Unless you get it from a doctor.
Yeah, so and there's a lot of research
It
of people
needs to be
using it
prescribed.
for that kind of thing. But what's more interesting is the increased amount of research, especially with like Greece, Japan, Korea, and Chinese scientists have they've been experimenting using Coca-Cola to help people who have fecaloma. Now,
Something about their poop. They got poop
oh,
problem.
it's poop.
You got
It's
a poop
when
problem.
yeah, it's when they can't pass poop. It's like a fecaloma is like a hard like chunk of poop that gets stuck in your like rectum or whatever, and you can't pass. People have different disorders and stuff that makes it so like they can't digest certain foods, so you wind up with just a big hunk of shit stuck in
Right.
your asshole, right? Right.
Everybody say
So
Vanessa.
Right.
I
Right.
one, a two, a three.
We're doing this as a team. We're doing the Trangus segment as a team. Let's go.
Yep.
Deep
Gotta do
breath.
it.
Deep breath.
Gotta do it. Everybody hold strong. It's about Coca-Cola and poop.
Are they gonna blow the Coke up their butts?
Hold on,
Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
Aaron.
you don't like it when we spoil
Oh my
yours, huh?
goodness. Is this
It
is
is.
this about the pumpkin thing? Is that what this is? All
Oop.
right. Hold on. So the definition of fecaloma, by the way, so
Coca-Cola
it's the actual
enemas,
definition is a
huh?
large mass of organized, hardened feces causing impaction, mostly in the rectum and sigmoid colon. Okay,
Also sounds
uh,
like a Red Hot Chili Peppers album.
it does. Yeah. By the way, Chase, when you make the thumbnail for this, you can call my segment "Rectal Cola."
Yeah, I can't wait to find a
That's
picture
what
of
I
that.
I thought that'd be a good one. Yeah, I can give you a photo, but you're not gonna like it.
Like RC
so
Cola.
most of these fecalomas, and this is all from the 2022 Journal of Health and Allied Sciences, by the way.
Brand new.
So
Brand spanking
yeah,
new.
so most of these fecalomas can be removed through digital evacuation. So one of these.
Digital?
Yep.
Oh, I was like, boop, boop, beep, 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 boop, boop, boop.
Just a robot.
In my head, I heard it like that song "Physical." Like it's time to get physical. I just heard like it's time to get digital.
Finger digits.
It's time to get digital. Digital. It's time to get.
Take this finger up your butt.
So, and they also, bowel cleansing enemas, oral laxatives, and the worst thing is a surgical intervention, which is sometimes required, and that's like, you can die from that. So they want to not have to do the
From taking
surgical.
poop out of your butt with surgery?
Yeah. If it's like a big enough chunk in there, like it's an invasive surgery. It's very dangerous.
What?
Right. But that's what they're finding is if
that's like the
if
last
some of this other
resort,
stuff
right?
doesn't work, you can put Coca-Cola in your butthole,
Yeah.
and that does work.
Just shake it up, take the
yeah.
top off. Popper.
Nah, you gotta drop a Mentos in it and shoot it right up there.
So can you not just drink it and it does the same?
Right. The use of that's great. Thank you for that visual. I'm just picturing like the Coca-Cola polar bear going to the polar bear doctor, and his doctor like cracks a Coke, and he like reaches for it, and he just pushes his head down and shoves it up his asshole.
That's your thumbnail picture is the
yeah, that's the photo to use. The use of Coca-Cola.
Yeah, the thumbnail's gonna be a polar
The use
bear
of Coca-Cola.
with a Coca-Cola can shoved
can.
You get it. Yes, I can.
Yes, I
The
can.
bottle is so much better designed for this.
I love my segments.
2 liters.
The use of Coca-Cola for the treatment of gastric phytobezoans, which is what they call. That is another name for the fecalomas.
Poop hardeners.
Yeah, and cleaning blocked feeding tubes is well established, right? So that's what I was saying. They use it for the feeding tubes or whatever. The dissolution power or the dissolving power of Coca-Cola is a result of the pH of 2.6, which is extremely acidic, due to carbonic and phosphoric acid, and the mucolytic effect of sodium bicarbonate. So mucolytic means it cuts through mucus. So like, if you got like a bunch of mucus in your throat and you drink Coca-Cola, it's going to clear that up. And the carbon dioxide. Yeah, the carbon dioxide bubbles also help with the mucus. And there are only 2 previous reports prior to this one about using Coca-Cola in your butthole. Though all reports in literature...
really? This isn't a well-studied topic?
No, it's new. This is new science. This is cutting edge.
I have to really take deep breaths during your segments, Travis. Okay.
Though all reports in literature report use of Coca-Cola, any cola should be effective. They just went with Coke.
Yeah.
It's like a brand name.
They're trying to get sponsored.
There's no RC Cola.
Diet Coke,
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Right. They said Diet Coke,
Right.
Coca-Cola, lighter zero containing like aspartame as a sweetener may be more suitable for use in like diabetics. So they're like, yeah,
So
if
they don't
it's
take a bunch of
diabetic,
sugar up their asshole. Yeah.
yeah, maybe use aspartame in
Just,
their
like you
butthole
just
if
so
they're diabetic.
clearly should not drink this stuff. Like that's it's like yeah, that is like all I'm hearing whenever you're saying all these things that it could be used for. It's like this is a drink.
But you still put it up your ass though.
Like this is the most unhealthy drink.
Coca-Cola, it's so funny because it's advertised as a beverage, but what it really is a very fantastic universal salt.
You could fix your car with it. You could unclog yourself. Like that's insane. Like those two use like. Yeah. Get rid of the cold.
Okay, it's time to talk
Oh, what could be
drawbacks,
wrong?
guys.
What could
It's
be
time to talk.
wrong?
There's a
Mucus
drawback?
yourself.
There's some drawbacks. Although no complication for use of Coca-Cola has
there's
been described,
drawbacks.
the thinned out wall of distal megacolon may be prone to perforation as a result of barotrauma due to air insufflation and release of carbon dioxide bubbles. I'll explain all those words. I just love big words, and that was so many good big words. So distal megacolon,
Barotrauma.
I think we all get it. Barotrauma, that's damage done from pressure. Right.
Like the
And
inside of a, you're turning your fucking rectum and colon into the inside of a balloon, and when you take the air back out, it's all nubby and
Not
weird.
nubby.
no,
Thin.
or it'll actually just if you're forcing too much air in there, it can cause some of the thin tissue to actually like break.
I don't
Yeah.
want it to break. I don't
It
want it to break. I don't want my tissue to break.
No,
I don't
Aaron.
want it.
Look,
Even
you gotta
worse. Even
step
worse
up,
than
be an
being
adult,
nubby.
and have this conversation about squirting Coca-Cola in your butthole and how it can make your butthole break. Okay, this is the thing adults do.
Doctors.
This is scientists.
New science.
This is science. This is brand new, just cutting edge. Mortality rate may be as high as 33% in hospitalized
Jesus
Christ.
patients with fecal,
Breaking.
especially in the presence of colonic perforation.
What?
So that's not mortality rate for
35%?
like doing the Coca-Cola. That's in doing surgery to get the
I mean,
fecal
still, that's
Okay.
high though. That's
Yeah.
still high.
Sorry.
33%.
Well, that's what I was
die
saying. It's
from
like
that
it's
surgery,
a really
and
sensitive
then the
area.
alternative is shoot
Okay,
Coca-Cola
I was
up your
thinking,
asshole,
Yeah, that's why it's like, right? If they're like, there's a 33% chance that you'll die if we try to get this hardened shit out
that
of
sounds a
your
lot
butt.
safer
Or
now.
we can just kind of like run some
we
Coca-Cola
just go to the
up
vending
there.
machine right
you know?
quick, and
You do some jumping
Yeah,
jacks and just
if you give me that option, I guess I gotta be like, all right, man, I guess let's go buy a Coke. I mean,
do I?
Yeah,
Is it on you?
Yeah,
Can
please
you buy me a
my
Coke?
asshole Coke?
Alright,
Yeah.
so you're telling me.
Your insurance doesn't cover the Coca-Cola.
So there's
Like, I already paid my copay, so.
when I was looking through the articles, one was in Korean, so I couldn't read it. And there
I
wasn't,
thought you were about, I thought you were
wasn't a
about
way
to flex and be
transcribe
like,
it.
and luckily I speak Korean, so.
Yeah. Someday I'm going to bring that element, and I'm going to surprise you guys with it. I'm going to just you're all going to wake up in Korea, and I'm just going to be like, well, I hope you guys learned Korean. I did, and then I'm going to leave you there.
It's a real now you see me trick. Yeah.
Travis just gets us all booked over there. He's like,
and there
you guys
was
got
there was a
passports,
couple
right?
articles from like 2008. There was one from
Everyone free
2015.
in
Those
2
are the
weeks.
two I think they were talking about when they said there was only 2 times this has been tried. All right, no more yawning.
Wow, that's so interesting.
Whoa.
Wow.
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 I never thought about it like that. Okay.
So there was 2 cases in this paper of new cases where they tried out the Coca-Cola up your butt, right? And that's what it's called medically in this cutting edge field of science.
Yeah.
So first one was a 72-year-old
There's no need to
woman.
be soft about that. You might as well call it what it is.
No, I mean if the poop's not going to be soft, why should you be, right?
You're here.
The first one was a 72-year-old woman who refused surgical treatment after finding out about the 33% mortality rate, which makes sense. And then they advised her about the Coca-Cola. They told her, which the way they said it in the paper was hilarious. It was that they received informed advisement about it. And it's like, man, but what to be a fly on that wall. I'm like, look, there's another thing we can do. This is going to sound crazy, but...
And perhaps you've tried it at home before.
How do you feel about Coca-Cola? Oh, you love it. This is going to be easier that you love it. A Pepsi guy? Shit. No. So
I
What
wonder.
they did-
Wait, they said all cola works, so Pepsi probably works too, right?
That would
Yeah,
be
but
great.
they have only used Coca-Cola.
That would be
for
great
this
if you went
show.
to the doctor wanting this procedure. You're like, "Can I get the Coca-Cola in the butthole thing?" And they're like, "Is Pepsi fine?" Like that would
We only have Pepsi products.
Well, the funny thing is, the reason why they've only used Coca-Cola is because that's the one that they started using, and they don't know specifically why it works so well. Like for the reasons I gave is why they think it is, but like there's also that thing where they're like, yeah, but if we switch up the soda, it's harder to like. First of all, it's harder scientifically because you're using something different. So the
Yeah.
results, if the results are different, that's not good research. But also, if you switch it up, what if it doesn't work? Now you've squirted a shitload of Sprite up someone's asshole, and it didn't even help them. You know what I
God
mean?
damn it.
Oh.
It ain't gonna be Sprite.
So
I'll tell you that much. It ain't gonna be Sprite.
no,
Yeah,
Sprite would
maybe
hurt.
root beer.
McDonald's Sprite.
Ooh. Ooh.
Everybody think
Okay,
about
so-
it.
Everybody think about it and what that means.
Okay.
Like
So-
I was just imagining
Little-
like being on a bidet with Sprite. And I'm like,
Yeah.
A little suicide.
What a visual.
Mix them all together.
A suicide.
Imagine like you could just have a bidet and be like Coke, Sprite, water.
That's
So
That's for fun.
the total was 990 milliliters. So 3
Okay.
cans of Coca-Cola. They put up her butt.
The
She
recommended
expelled. I mean, what is? There's not even a recommended amount. They're just like, how much do we put in here?
You
I don't
take-
know.
Yeah.
You take 1 can every 6 hours until your symptoms go away.
So she expelled 2 liters of shit in Coca-Cola. So it did work a little bit. It cleaned her out a little bit. But this woman actually wound
That
up
wasn't
still
it.
having.
2 liters
What?
wasn't it. 2 liters wasn't
You-
it. She was still clogged up.
Yeah, your sound sounds weird, Chase.
Oh,
Cool it.
I'm just determined to ruin everything.
Yeah, why?
I don't know, dude.
Finish
I don't
the story.
want.
Finish
I
the
don't
story.
want to.
All right. So she wound up still needing surgery, but it did clear out like a good amount of it. And then the second one is my favorite. Did you yawn again, Vanessa? Not during my segment.
Is the surgery? Do they
the-
shove a whisk up there and spin it around a few times and really break that thing up?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think they have to like use a colonoscope to go up there and or no, they have to like actually cut into you, and like that's why it's so dangerous. Is like if you can't get it out
Damn.
with like through your butthole, they have to go in through like your side and cut all the way into your rectum
fuck.
to like remove it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So then the second case is this 37-year-old man. This one's crazy because they put 4 liters of Coca-Cola inside of him.
At once?
They put a
It wasn't-
colonoscope into him and they just pumped 4 liters of Coca-Cola into him, and then they had him
That's
roll
that,
over
like-
a bunch.
Didn't that like make your stomach explode?
Roll over?
I feel like I've seen
Yeah,
a
so they-
Mythbusters about that.
They were just kind of rolling him around, kind of jiggling him, just kind of shake him up a little bit, right? And then he spent an hour shitting over 10 liters of fragmented and liquid. And it's funny, they made sure to say it was foul-smelling stool, but I
I'm
don't
sure.
imagine anyone doesn't think that's the worst smell in the world. And my favorite part was with the woman, they had the follow-up where she needed surgery. This guy disappeared. They never heard from him again.
Yeah.
He's like, look, I had a crazy day at the hospital and I will never go back.
Look, I'm gonna go
Don't
mind my
blame him.
He
business.
moved to
I do not
Colombia.
blame him.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
done.
You gotta. Like I'd be like, I need to be in witness protection. Which is-
He went to work for Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
He's like, I sell drugs now.
I'm
So
in
that's my
pharmaceuticals.
segment, guys. You can put Coca-Cola up in your anus to clear it out.
With the doctor's
Man.
I'll
supervision.
never look at a
probably.
Coke the same.
Yeah.
That's
I'll
crazy.
never look at Coke the same.
Coke should make like a stool softener. That should be
Yeah.
their. I'm gonna
Ooh,
pitch that
yeah.
to them.
Okay. Get
Yeah,
out
like
there.
it could be like a tablet or something that you could just be like, Or maybe.
Gotta be better than the rocket shot up your asshole from 2 liter. Gotta be.
Does it?
Coke form gotta be better.
I mean, I want you guys to think about what a 2 liter of Coke looks like.
Oh,
in this
I know,
I was
bottle.
trying to
like,
imagine
bro.
those in my mind.
bud.
Yeah.
Way ahead.
Like, I don't even want to drink a 2 liter.
No. Can you imagine
Okay.
the grapes? That's unreal. And then, but there's so much stuff inside of him. There's so much stuff.
Yeah.
In his butt.
10 liters? Ew.
Yeah,
Eh.
it was real gross.
I
Real
know, I was
gross.
freaking out.
That
over the
actually
2
made me
liters.
sick a little bit. I was like, oh, when I was like reading about it. I didn't realize they were going to get into that. But you're
And then
welcome.
you gave that to us. Thank you.
Look, that's
Yeah,
a Trenga
'cause
segment, baby.
I definitely felt that too. I was like, okay. It's okay. I don't drink Coke.
Never
Oh
again.
God.